friends. Hope you are all doing great. A big, somewhat cold hello from Sofia, Bulgaria. I have like 3 layers on today. It's actually pretty shocking for supposedly, +2, +3. It is chilly out today. So it's actually good we're gonna be walking so I can get all warmed up. Right to begin with, as always, please let me know if you can see me okay, if you can hear me okay. I see a message from the lovely Jim Ross. Thank you so much for coming out, even at, time would it be in Tokyo right now? Almost midnight or something. So thank you so much for coming out, Jim, and for the lovely PayPal as always. Also want to say a big thank you to Costas World of Music Memories, Harriet, Jim, and Yuki for the very nice super chat before we got started here. I see my dad in the comments already. Hello to Gordy Magoo from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We actually got a lot of people in here right away. We already got 190 people in here. Wow, that is exciting. Of course, we got some locals in here. Thank you so much. Благодаря to all the amazing Bulgarian locals who are not only here right now, but everybody who has sent me like an email, a DM, like all kinds of suggestions. I am so grateful to you guys. You have made my transition here, I mean the beginning of it anyway, we're still definitely transitioning a whole lot easier. So благодаря, thank you so much guys, really appreciate it. We got Jeff from Northern Idaho. We got Emile from Laval, Quebec. Flight Sim Fun says hello from 2 kilometers away. Hello, neighbor. Okay. Miguel, very lucky. Hi from sunny Mexico. Please bring some of that sunshine here. It's actually crazy, guys. When I first got here, it was spectacular, winter weather. It was maybe like 10 degrees while it was, -20 in Calgary, clear blue sunny skies. And I was like, oh man, if this is what winter is like here, oh, sign me up. But yeah, the last week or so, it's been kind of chilly. Not Canada chilly, but it is what it is. Oh, we got somebody from Sweden, so you guys got it even worse. I'm so sorry. Amazing. All right, guys. So there are a lot of things that I want to show you in today's live stream. Of course, they will be in some of the most, popular areas of the city. We may as well, start with that. But there are going to be so many different neighborhoods that I'm really looking forward to showing you here in my new home. If you didn't already know, this is the city that I have chosen to immigrate to, and I'm currently in the process of officially getting my residency card for. So, they gave me my 6-month residency visa. I already went to immigration and filed my paperwork, so wish me luck that in the next couple of weeks I should actually get my 1-year residency card. And why I chose where we are right now, which is Doctor's Garden, I'll give you a tour in just a second here, is because this is the neighborhood that I got my start here in the city on this first trip. I stayed in this really lovely neighborhood. It's considered to be like one of the most, affluent and, really safe neighborhoods in the city. So I figured, this is a good place to get my accommodation to begin with. But I have already secured a long-term apartment not too far from here, in the city center, that I'm in the process of moving into. But this is where I got my start here in Sofia. So I'm gonna flip the camera and give you my current view, which is the actual doctor's monument. Why it's called Doctor's Garden is because this is a monument to all the medics that lost their lives in the Russo-Turkish wars. So I believe there's like 50 some names here on this lovely monument in honor of them. So that is where the district gets its name from. But within this area, especially here on Oboriste Street that goes up this way, this is where you would see a lot of different, you know, international embassies. Like the French embassy, I believe, is down there. The Brazilian one is actually a street over, just across from me. Yeah, so, you know, it's a very, very safe area. There's always like security around here. Not that Sofia in general is a dangerous city by any means. Of course, some districts are better than others, but overall, you know, it's as safe as you can expect of a city nowadays. So it's of course a little bit, you know, gray and depressing in the winter time, as Eastern Europe generally is in the winter, but I am already looking forward to how vibrant and sunny and hot. It actually gets very hot in the summertime in Sofia, so it's actually quite a contrast of temperatures throughout the year. Just reading your comments here, guys. Oh, that's awesome. Message from Milan Wendell. Nice, we did the same. I left Toronto after 40 years to my EU birth city, Bratislava, Slovakia. Would love to visit there, actually. No snow. Been 1 year for me, dual national as well. That is awesome. Yeah, one of the most common messages that I've actually, you know, received since I've made this move is that it seems a lot more people are moving back to their home countries in Eastern Europe. Like a lot of people, you know, who moved to Canada or the US, Western, you know, European countries. Of course, there's still plenty going out from here too, but, you know, just more people are considering moving back to these places, which is really, really interesting. Steve said, don't fall while reading. I literally actually just tripped, so funny you would say that. Actually gonna pause while I read your comments for safety. And how's the connection, guys? I mean, I assume it should be good. The internet here in Bulgaria tends to be fantastic, but just wanted to ask and make sure you guys can get, you know, a fairly good stream. It is sadly only in 780, but that's because YouTube throttles it. I don't know why they do that. Okay, Jim says connection is great. Okay, fantastic. Top ITG says moved to Sofia from the US 10 months ago, just counting down the days until the spring summer temperatures again. Yeah, absolutely. It's like I enjoy a bit of winter, and obviously, like, oh my goodness, that child is screaming. You know, obviously I love like the ski snowboarding aspect of winter, but I only need like, you know, a month of that. I'd be good with just like 1 month of winter. After that, it can be sunny again. Okay, fantastic. All right, guys, we're gonna get things started. I'm gonna warm myself up by walking. That's generally the best way. Cleared for takeoff says Bulgaria is the country with the fastest population decreasing in the world, sadly. So you are one of the few who is moving in. Well, actually, from what I've heard, that was the case more around 2020. I guess like in the past year, things have kind of improved. But yes, it's still, you know, they're not gaining a crazy amount of well, especially foreigners coming in. Because if you didn't know, like, Bulgaria is actually not the easiest country to immigrate to, as I found out for myself. It's not like, you know, Thailand, where you can get the DTV sort of, you know, visa and they, you know, just issue it and don't bother you for 5 years. It's not at all like that here. It's way more work. It tends to be far more expensive. But, you know, why I also did it, other than, you know, really liking the country, is that it can eventually lead to permanent residency. You ain't gonna get that in Thailand. Not so easy anyway. So yeah, I think, you know, if Bulgaria genuinely wanted to have more immigrants coming in, they would definitely have to make their immigration policy a lot easier. Because yeah, at this point in time, unless you're maybe just coming on a retirement visa, I guess their retirement visa isn't too bad, but all the other visas require so much frickin' hassle. And then going to the immigration office here in Sofia. Let me actually flip the camera. You guys will see what I mean in the video that I did about it, but this is like the, you know, Bulgarian bureaucracy that all the locals were telling me about. That's definitely been my least favorite experience being in Bulgaria so far. Like, it's actually shocking what a sharp contrast it is from, you know, going into any private business. People are so nice, they're so helpful, they do their job great. And almost all the young people, which I actually have found shocking, and like huge props to them, like most of them speak, you know, 2-3 languages. Like almost always when I go into a business and it's a young person, for sure, I can speak to them in English and it's no problem. The one place that you would think should tailor to foreigners because it's a government, you know, place that deals with a lot of foreigners, nobody speaks English. Like, nobody wants to deal with you if you don't know Bulgarian. Wild, like wild to me that their immigration office is like that, and they are not happy to be there. They are not happy to be there at all. So I filed my paperwork. Hopefully things will go well, but yeah, if there was like one thing that I think could improve from my experience so far, it would definitely be the immigration office here. So if you don't like dealing with bureaucracy, probably is not a good idea to move here. But like I said, everything else has overall been great. And yeah, a large part of that has also, once again, been because of the amazing locals that have been like so welcoming, have given me such great suggestions about everything. And yeah, literally everything else has been great. So overall, I've been loving my time settling in here. And you know, the more time I spend, I'm sure I'll figure out how things work. So this is one of the first places that I want to show you guys on the stream. This is the National Library, which is pretty close to the main university, which I'll also show you in just a minute here in Sofia. And I think it's just like such a beautiful building. I definitely want to go inside sometime. I assume it's open to the public, but I don't know for sure. But it looks like a really beautiful building, so I thought I would start with that. Because just on its other side is Saint Clement, if I'm saying that correctly, Ohridsky University, which is the oldest and largest university in all of Bulgaria. So that itself is pretty cool. And the grandness and like structure of the building is also just really, really impressive. You almost have to be like standing on the other side of the street to appreciate it. And you know, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna cross here. So yeah, I imagine there's probably quite a few international students that study there as well. So pretty cool that it is pretty close to where I used to live. Just reading your comments here, guys. Justin Chapman says, good luck with that. I have wasted too many emotions on the office on Maria Luisa. Yes, I think that is the only office, right? Yeah, that's the office that I went to as well. The Google reviews of that place are hilarious. They really sum it up well. So yeah, what a beautiful building. And right across the way there is a huge park, and then right down here is the main sort of boulevard that I'm going to be taking you on. Oh my goodness. My lovely friend Ninjetti Dean, thank you very much for the incredibly generous super chat. Alina, or Sofia is so beautiful, almost as beautiful as Alina. How sweet. The money is to build a fund to bribe. Oh, Dean, we're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud. To build a fund to bribe the unfriendly Bulgarian embassy administrators. Thank you so much, Dean. That is so sweet of you. And, you know, I'm not going to bribe anybody, but, you know, on the border of that, because I had to go twice. I had to go twice to submit my paperwork. I was considering actually bringing some chocolate. You know, I was thinking, you know, I wonder, like, that's kind of on the, you know, edge of like, I'm not bribing you with money, but you look like you're having, you know, a really shitty day, so let me give you some chocolate. So yeah, I was thinking of doing that, but thank you so much, Jean. I'll keep it in the back pocket just in case I need to bring out the big guns. Let's see here. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we can see Vitosha today, which is the mountain range that surrounds Sofia, because it is a bit cloudy today. But yeah, usually if it was a clear day, I'd be able to show you guys the mountains of this area, which is super, super beautiful. You guys are encouraging me to bring chocolates and biscuits. Do you think that would generally help though? I feel like, I don't know, I don't know what would make them happy, to be honest. Because it wasn't just me. Like at first I'm just like, are they unfriendly just to foreigners? Like, are they that upset that, you know, we didn't just arrive here and don't know Bulgarian? But no, I think they were miserable to locals too. Because there was like a local in front of me that was getting her paperwork, and they were like, you know, I don't know exactly what they're saying, but it was kind of back and forth and it did not seem friendly. So I think just in general, I don't know, they're not happy. Ernest Connell, thank you so much for the super chat. Very cute. I like the little dancing lemon man. Yeah, Tego says, no, it's not you, it's everyone and everything. Yeah, geez. I mean, I've said this already a few times, so excuse me for repeating comments, but I said that, like, how don't they maybe hire like more young people? Like literally any young person that has helped me at like Viva.com or at like a restaurant or like a clothing store, I'm sure that they could do that job so well. They already know English, they're probably more tech savvy, and instead they got people that are like in their 60s basically, you know, working in there. And I'm just like, where is anybody, you know, remotely around my age? Like, very, very strange. Oh, you guys are funny. One quick thing I want to touch on, because somebody commented about it. Zero Forcing says, Alina, would you ever get Bulgarian citizenship? So no, I don't think I will ever qualify for Bulgarian citizenship with the kind of paperwork options that I have. But it's fine. Like, I never went into this wanting citizenship. If I actually, you know, do plan to stay here long term and get property, I just want permanent residency. Like that, you know, that's good enough for me. You know, I'm very luckily already, you know, I already have a Canadian passport, so that kind of covers me for travel. So if I had permanent residency here, I think it gives me like some benefits to be able to live and work in other EU countries a bit easier than just with my Canadian citizenship. So, you know, that's good enough for me. I don't need citizenship here. If they want to give it to me, gladly, I will take it. If I can have dual citizenship, absolutely, I'd love that, but no expectations. Veselin, I read slow in Cyrillic. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Vlasakiev. Vlasakiev. Welcome to Sofia. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. It's actually been a great, sort of practice for me living here where, I can read okay, but it still takes me a while. But because I see, Cyrillic everywhere, I think I'm getting a little bit faster. So that has been, good. My Bulgarian language learning skills are still at a very, very minimum. I only know like a few words, and then obviously the ones that are similar in Russian, but I think I need to get a little bit more settled in first and deal with my immigration and all of that before I really start, studying seriously. Okay, guys, I'm talking too much. I'm getting cold. Let's keep heading on out and show you some more interesting places. One last look at the university here. And right beside it, quick mention, is a metro station. And what's so nice about their public transit here, I actually really like their public transit so far from the experience I've had. Locals let me know if it's different for you. But I find it is very efficient. Like, it always comes more or less on time. You don't have to wait too long in between like a train, a bus, or a tram. And now that I figured out that you can just tap your bank card, thank you to all the locals who, let me know about that. And that if you use it multiple times, the max it will charge you is 4 leva, which is like $2. So you basically get a day pass as soon as you take it at least like 3 times in the day. So convenient, like so very convenient, overall clean, and no crazy drug addicts attacking you like on the TTC. so far, big thumbs up for the transit system here in Sofia. I'm a big fan. Right to my left is the Intercontinental Hotel. Got a big statue. I'm not exactly sure of who. Locals let me know. Evo says, approaching the most hated building, Kappa? What is Kappa? Or is this it? Okay, let's see if I can read. Oh, it's that Bulgarian letter that I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, but Соединението, oh, that's a hard word. Соединението правой силата. Something with the law? I don't know. Some kind of government building. Locals let me know. Oh my goodness, the comments are going so fast here, guys. I'm not able to read them all. It is busy today. We got almost 700 people in here. Holy moly. I assume it is a lot of Bulgarians. Благодаря. Thank you. Y'all are so kind. Okay, we're coming up to the most famous attraction in Sofia. I'm sure most of you know what that is. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. Look how gorgeous and grand it is, guys. It really is a work of art. Really beautiful cathedral. This building is also quite nice. Oh, I assume, Christian, you're talking about this building. He says Bulgarian Academy of Sciences, the yellow building. Oh, very nice. Gorgeous. О, спасибо, Алек. Спасибо большое. All right. Oh, look at the cute little happy delivery cars. If you follow me on Instagram, I've posted about my mini dinners at Happy Grill and Bar, which is as some people have called it. I didn't come up with this. The Applebee's of Bulgaria is happy. So if you come to Bulgaria, you definitely need to go try it out at least once. There's a Happy around the corner. Very nice. I really love the architecture around this area. I'm actually not sure what that white building is. I haven't walked past that way that often. It kind of looks like a museum of some sort. I don't know. Let's see here. One sec, guys. I'm just adjusting one thing. Oh, the white building is the National Art Gallery. Oh, wonderful. I have not been there from last time. I will absolutely check that out sometime. And Alex Oliveira, I totally agree with you that Sofia actually reminds me quite a bit of Kiev. Like, of course, there's many differences. And, you know, Kiev, as far as like, you know, the landscape is far more hilly than Sofia is. But I don't know, just architecture and vibe-wise, I definitely see a lot of similarities between the two cities. And of course, you know, we're talking about Slavic nations, so the culture and, you know, the language itself is similar. One of the many reasons of why I chose to live here. There we are. If I get far enough back, I'll give you guys a really nice view of the front of it. I really wish it was sunnier today. I actually chose live streaming today because the weather forecast said sunny and warmer, but you know, we can never fully rely on the weather forecast. So it's a bit darker than I would have liked. It's nice though, because once again, if the forecast is correct, later in this week it's actually supposed to be up to +10. So that would be absolutely magical if that would happen. Another beautiful building on this side. Let's pass this here. I think they're closing up for the night, but here on the weekends on my left hand side they kind of have this like handicraft sort of market and like different kinds of antiques and stuff. But yeah, I think they're closing up for the night today. For anybody who is curious, like I said, you know, like Ukraine technically has quite a bit in common with Bulgaria, you know, language and culture wise, but they were Bulgaria, I mean, was never part of the Soviet Union, but they did have like, you know, their own communist regime for quite a while. Thank you so much, Jim Ross. Thank you to Mark Bernier Alina has a head start on learning Bulgarian language because she can read the alphabet already. Maybe taking some Bulgarian classes this winter would be helpful. Yes, absolutely. I plan to, you know, take proper in-person classes, but I actually have a lot of travel plans coming up. Like I literally just got here, but I've received a few work opportunities in different countries that are probably going to make me, you know, leave probably sometime in February for the first trip, and then most of March I will probably actually be away. So, you know, I knew that this would be the case when moving here. And, you know, what I want is I want Sofia to be like a home base for me as I travel to other places. I just didn't expect that I would get, you know, so many cool opportunities right away. So yeah, I will start, you know, learning Bulgarian online. I actually already bought a program, and, you know, we'll see how that goes. But when I'm in the city for a longer period of time, then I will actually, you know, commit a bit more time to, you know, learning Bulgarian. But, you know, one of the reasons that I chose it is because I can get by. You know, it'd be very difficult to move to a place and right away you have to speak, you know, the local language, or it's going to be super, super difficult for you. Like here, it's, you know, for me especially, it's really doable because either I can speak in English to the young people, and then a lot of to the young people, if I said old people for some reason, and to the older people, some of them know Russian. So in a way, you know, it's kind of the perfect sort of scenario for me. I think I saw my mom here in the comments. Привет, привет. Thank you so much for coming out. All right, guys. Gonna flip the camera here. One last look at the gorgeous cathedral. And we are going to continue on our way. But many more beautiful buildings in this area. I'm just going to take you down the main road because that's where the National Assembly is, and I feel like that is an important area to show. We're going to go across the street here. Oh, this is some kind of Russian building. Московский культурно-деловый центр Домна Москва в Sofia. Oh, I was actually reading the Bulgarian one. The Russian one, slightly different below it. Yeah, basically like cultural center between Moscow and Sofia. Interesting. There's actually a Russian church just at the bottom here, and also a Russian restaurant from across the road. So obviously here in Bulgaria there's a large Russian and, you know, Ukrainian population as well. So that's probably, you know, why I don't stand out that much. Is, I mean, first of all, I guess I could pass as a Bulgarian, but because they have like a lot of Russians and Ukrainians here too, you know, I more or less blend in, except when I speak in my very Canadian accent. Then I definitely am a bit out of place. I wouldn't say, you know, I've heard a lot of like Canadians or Americans. I've heard a lot of English. There's definitely a lot of, you know, different Europeans here, you know, and they have great English, but it's obviously with an accent. I can't say I've heard many people, actually, other than one, and I'll give them a shout out. When I went to immigration the first time, I was kind of, you know, confused. Where do I go? What to do? And I heard, you know, a clear as day American accent. So, you know, I went up to them and asked them, you know, where do I go to get a number and stuff? And I go get my number and I come back and they run up to me and they're like, you know, where are you from? You know, we never hear, like I said, you know, a Canadian or American accent. They ended up being Mormons. They were Mormons here, you know, doing their stuff. And they're teaching Bulgarian actually at the church, at one of the churches here. So you know what? I might go visit them and learn some Bulgarian in the process. So that's actually the only Canadians or Americans that, yeah, I think I've come across so far, which is interesting. All right, gonna flip here. Wow, we already got 800 in here. This is probably my busiest live stream that I've had in a while. Thank you all for coming out. Here's the Russian restaurant that I was talking about, Arbat. I have not been there yet. Probably will take my mom there at some point. And here is, I believe it's a Russian church. Let's look at the sign here. Maybe Russian Orthodox. Is there an English side? Yeah, it is. So this is Church of St. Nicholas, the Wonder Worker. It's a Russian Orthodox church in Sofia. Foundations were laid in 1907. Interesting. Let me give you a better view here from the bottom. I love this building. This is such a gorgeous building. Beautiful. Very nice, very nice. All right, we're gonna head on onwards. There's a lot of museums down this way. I believe there's like the historical museum, and then this is some kind of museum. Oh, or this is it. The National Museum of Natural History is right here. Then what is the yellow building? Or that's an art gallery sort of museum, I think. Maybe I got the two mixed up. I'll see here in a minute. I mean, obviously you guys know I love Canada, and there's many things that are better in Canada than there are here, same as there are things here than there are better in Canada. You know what I'm trying to say? We all excel at different things, and there's no perfect country in the world. But somebody commented, where are all the homeless people and people on fentanyl? Oh, right, I forgot you're not in Canada. Yeah, my God. What a difference here, guys. Like, I was actually thinking that, oh, it's been 4 years. I haven't, been back in quite a while. I wonder if, they're going to have more of a drug problem too, because, that can spring up in any country at any point in time. And while, of course, I'm sure there's plenty of people here that do drugs and, whatever, but it is not at all on the streets, especially in the city center. And from talking to locals, it's not at all at the level, that we have in Canada or the States. Like, apparently, like, things like fentanyl aren't even, that, popular, I guess, here. They have, I guess, other drugs, but not like fentanyl that, basically makes you a zombie. So it has been so nice, is what I'm trying to say, to, like, not have to see that everywhere. And, I don't know. It's just been so refreshing, is what I'm trying to say. I think I missed a couple super chats here. My gosh, there's so many comments, guys. I'm falling behind here. I don't want to miss them. Or here. From Bob, right? Is that the most recent one? Alina, hello from Texas, and be sure to stay warm. Thank you, Bob. Please send some of the heat this way. Much appreciated. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, Alina. Welcome to Europe. How are you doing? I am doing good, Michael. Other than being a little bit cold, I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Hope you are as well. But yeah, I wanted to just close on the fact that, yeah, once again, Sofia, at least from my experience, like, I guess, you know, I'll keep you guys updated. Maybe my opinion will change. But overall, I feel like it's a very safe city. Like, I have heard there's certain kinds of districts that, you know, you don't really want to go into, as, you know, every city has. And, you know, there's certain areas that are fine during the day, but they're not at night. I guess like the Lions Bridge, you know, not that far from here, actually. It's actually a really nice kind of area. You don't go there at night, apparently. So, you know, as far as, yeah, places not to go to, I've heard there's just kind of some outer district neighborhoods. I think it's called Leulin or something like that. I was told not to go there, and I was told not to go to the Lions Bridge at night. But other than that, it's been absolutely fine. Like, I walk by myself, you know, everywhere, and I've been out, you know, till midnight sometimes. So yeah, no problem so far. And it's also nice because in the downtown part of the city, even late at night, like, it's pretty busy. You know, there's quite a few people walking around. Quite a few businesses are, you know, open late. So if you had a problem, you know, you could just like pop into, you know, some kind of business or something if you needed to. So far, it's been fine. The locals saying no to Leulin. Yeah, I guess, eh? Like, I'm sure, you know, it's probably no Hastings Street. Like, let's put it that way. You guys, like, the locals who think that, yeah, Canada is all sunshine and rainbows. Like, of course, there's many positive things that Canada, you know, has that are better than here in Bulgaria. There is, you know, definitely better paying jobs, I guess, for the average person. But I don't think you guys would be prepared for like some of the problems that we have there that you definitely wouldn't expect from a country like Canada. Like, if the Bulgarians here walked down Hastings Street, they would be in for a rude awakening of a first world country. All right, guys, let me give you a quick view of this area. There's actually a really nice park on the other side of the street here. And yeah, this is an art gallery of some kind as well. I was in here last time I was in the city. Thank you so much to Alex, my lovely friend Alex in Toronto. Warm greetings from cold Toronto, putting together the care package for you. Can't wait to see the travel and adventures for 2025. Anything is possible. Thank you so much, Alex. That is so sweet of you. Thank you for coming out, and I hope you are doing good. We'll definitely see you next time I'm in Toronto. All right. Perfect. Let's keep heading on forward. The Bulgarian National Bank on the left side of the street. Oh, yes. Bulgarska Narodna Banka. I can read that one. It's really interesting, actually, with Bulgarian, where if I'm reading it, I can take in, yeah, like I'd say maybe about 30%. I'll know what maybe about 30, maybe 40% max of the words are. But as soon as somebody's speaking to me, it goes down to 10%. Because I think even though the words are similar between Russian and Bulgarian, it's the pronunciation that's currently, you know, not sinking in that well for me. Because, yeah, the word's similar, but the pronunciation is slightly different. So, you know, if a person is speaking at, you know, a normal pace, but is fast for me, I can't quite understand what they said, even though if it was written out, I would definitely understand, you know, almost half of it. So we'll see if that improves in time for me. Oh my gosh, we got over 900 people in here right now. This is wild. This is almost getting up near my China live streams. On my China live streams, I think I had over 1,000 people every time. Once I think there was like 1,500 or something, so that was crazy. But yeah, so happy to have you all here. Let's see here. Somebody's saying that this is the presidential palace? Really? I thought this was just actually like a more like government sort of building. I don't know what presidential palace means, to be frank, but yeah. Very nice. I did see that one day. Somebody says you can watch the changing of the guards there, which I only associated with like a British thing. But yeah, if you guys can kind of see, there's like, see if I can zoom in. There's like, you know, guards there. So yeah, locals, let me know like what happens in this building. Interesting. And yes, I am going to go to the underground to give you guys an amazing view of the Roman ruins that are in this area. Something totally unexpected in just a minute, but I did want to give you a street view of this beautiful square as well. I'm gonna cross with these guys maybe. Or actually maybe not, I don't know. 1 second. To wait. See if I can cross now. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Aw. Nathalie, thank you so much, lovely. Hi, Alina. Sofia looks beautiful. I hope you'll be happy there, and I hope to visit Bulgaria someday. Thank you so much. That is so sweet of you. And yes, you absolutely need to visit. If I'm in town, I will host you. I will show you around. Definitely come sometime. Hope you are doing good. So great to have so many of you guys here today. Really appreciate it. All right, guys, so this is, I actually don't know the proper Bulgarian name, so locals let me know, but what it says on Google Maps is it calls it in English the National Assembly. Narodno Sabranje. Yeah, I guess that would translate to like National Assembly in English, probably. So I don't know if it's like judicial things that happen here or higher up government kind of stuff, but the buildings sure are grand. But yes, you're all saying to go in the underpass. Yes, I'm gonna go in the underpass. It is very cool. We can do it. I don't know if it's still here, but back when I was in Sofia last time, there was like a really beautiful like cafe bar right there. I wonder if it's still a thing. All right. And not only Bulgaria, but a lot of Eastern Europe, they're really notorious with the underpasses. Everywhere you go, there's underpasses, which is, you know, fine. But I always wonder about people who have like mobility issues because there's not any elevators. Let me find the plaque. I'm sure you guys all want to know the details of what this interesting excavation is. And while I could give you my elementary sort of summary, I think it would be better for me to actually read the proper historical data. So I think they have a plaque over here that will explain it all. So this is the complex of ancient Serdica, and this is like Serdica metro station that they named it after. It says, actually no, this isn't the plaque. Sorry. This is the plaque that I wanted. One sec. So it says that this is the remains of the Roman city that was discovered in the period of, you know, they found it in 2010 to 2012 when they were building the subway station Serdica 2. And let's see which year they say it's most likely from. Where is the year? Okay, the earliest remains are from 1st to 3rd century AD, and the underground area is 9,000 square feet. And yeah, basically like this was a whole like city, you could almost say, a big complex of 8 streets, early Christian basilica, thermae, maybe that's like a bathhouse or something, different buildings, a medieval church. Yeah. So this was like a whole little city in and of itself that they found when building the subway station. And so it's pretty cool that they decided to, you know, preserve it. I missed a super chat. Oh no, sorry guys, 1 second. Thank you so much to Tanyo Ivanov. Thank you so much for the super chat. I will keep it up. Much appreciated. Let's see here. I want to answer you guys' questions and comments here, but it's going so fast. It is wild. Oh, good. Tego says, I think this was to me, saying that it's hard for people, you know, who have mobility issues. He says they're putting elevators in now, not everywhere, but they are gradually putting in some. Okay, that's good to hear. Because honestly, like, you know, as somebody who's fully mobile, thank goodness, like, you know, my life is quite simple that way. But I always think to myself, oh my God, like if I was in a wheelchair, or even like, you know, a woman with a baby stroller, like I always look at cities from that aspect of like how easy are they to, you know, get around for somebody who has those problems. And most cities are not, like they are not at all built for that. So it would be so difficult, yeah, if you were somebody who is in a wheelchair to get around a city like Bulgaria, because like there's so much cobblestone, right? There's so much broken pavement. It would be a very difficult city to do that. The best city, I'm sure you guys can already guess what I'm going to say, that's best built for mobility issues is 100% Tokyo. Like they even got those little, you know, those little yellow bubble things or whatever to guide people who are blind, but you know, their roads really are built for anybody in a wheelchair. There's elevators everywhere. So out of all the cities I've been to, I think it's done the best job of like building for mobility issues. So I hope more places can follow their lead. Thank you so much to Pavlin Petkov. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very cute. And thank you so much to Svetelina Ivanova, very pretty name. Hey Alina, welcome. Thank you so much. All the locals coming out. I really appreciate it, guys. It's honestly been the warmest welcome I could ask for. Like, I don't think I could ask for, you know, people, you know, from the country that I've moved to being more welcoming than Bulgarians already have. Like, I had a feeling that, you know, I think I'd get along with Bulgarians, and I think they're very welcoming people, but like, you guys have exceeded my expectations. So thank you all so much. Oh, goodness gracious. Are we having the same problem that I had in my Calgary live stream? We were doing so good. Why is it giving me problems now? Oh, this is a brand new freaking gimbal too. It's so annoying. Speaking of, you know, one of my favorite cities in the world, my lovely friend Shigeru from Tokyo. Thank you so much for the super chat. I've never been to Bulgaria, but it seems like a wonderful place. As the matter settles down, you will probably start a new journey. I hope you'll come to Japan sometime this year or next year. Wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you so much, Shigeru. Yes, obviously I will be back to Japan many times. I don't know if it'll be this year, because, you know, this year, I mean, it could happen, but yeah, this year's already kind of getting pretty full with stuff that I've agreed to do. But next year for sure, I will go to Tokyo, because then it would have been like 4 years, and that's too long to go without my beloved Tokyo. So I will definitely be back, and we'll have to go get a drink somewhere. Hope you are doing great, Shigeru. Thank you also to my lovely friend John Houston. Haven't talked to you in a while. Thank you so much for coming out, John. Hope you are having a great start to 2025. Amazing. Sometimes I forget how long I have been doing YouTube, and how many of you have been like, you know, friends of mine through this whole process. It's just crazy. Oh. My app is kind of glitching, but I think I see a super chat from Constantine. If that's right, thank you so much, Constantine. But I sadly don't see if you wrote a message. So if you did write a message, please leave it in the comments. For some reason, I just see the bar of the super chat, but I don't see any message. It's just a little buggy for some reason. Okay. All right, guys. So let's keep things moving here. We are kind of right in the area of Serdica Station. We passed the Roman ruins there. So now have a few different ways we can go. I actually didn't think about which side of the road I wanted to go here from, but actually let's stay on this side of the road.
Make it especially, yeah, it's very stupid. I mean, actually,
All right.
you don't want that. You want something that is.
It's actually quite quiet today. I remember I was out, you know, the last couple of weekends, and it was busy in this area. I mean, it's kind of busy right now, but I think it's the cold, right? I think it's the cold. People don't really want to be out when it's this chilly. I can't remember off the top of my head the name of this beautiful monument. Locals maybe let me know, but it's kind of like, you know, the lady of the city, the lady of Sofia, let's say. Very, very nice. This is actually the area of Sofia that I first, you know, lived in when I first came here for the first time. I lived on the pedestrian street just across from the mosque and the central hall market there. It was actually a really nice area. So this is where it all started for me, guys. And at that time in 2020, I had no idea that someday I would actually live here. Crazy how life happens sometimes, right? You never really know what's going to happen. Oh, thank you so much for the super chats. I see one here. I see Bulgarian currency. Thank you so much to EEEQ. Coffee, definitely not bribe money. Thank you so much. Are you saying that I should bribe the immigration with coffee? Or is that for me? Thank you so much. David, thank you so much. Sofia looks so absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Alina, to show us around the city of Sofia. It's a marvelous city. Thank you so much, David. It really is. Like, I think it is such a underrated city in Europe. Like, even though, of course, like, let's be frank, it's not Paris, it's not London, you know, it's not on that kind of level of cosmopolitan and things to see and do, because it's not as big of a city, right? Like London, I don't even know what the huge population is now. Sofia is only about 1.2 million people, if I'm not mistaken. So technically smaller than what Calgary is now, population-wise, because Calgary used to be at around like 1 million people, and now it's 1.5. So it's even smaller than Calgary. But let's be frank, there's more to see here than there is in Calgary, outside of the beautiful nature in Calgary. That's, you know, a whole thing. So of course, it's never going to be on the level of like Paris or London, but for a smaller city in Europe, I think, you know, it's quite nice, and it does have a lot to offer, especially actually in the restaurant scene. There is a lot more restaurants than the last time I was here. So yeah, if you guys come here, definitely buy my Google Maps travel guide once I make it, because I'm going to list all of my favorite like Sofia restaurants. But yeah, do your research of the best places here and just come to eat. There's a lot of like really good restaurants here. I think I missed a comment from Rachel's Planet, and is that Singaporean dollars? Thank you. We got a Singapore local. Congrats, Alina, for finally moving to Bulgaria, learning lots from your experience. Thank you so much, Rachel. I'm so happy to hear that. And yeah, it's been such a it's been such a journey to actually move here, because technically I decided to go with Bulgaria over a year ago, I think, if I have my dates correct in my head. I officially decided about a year ago. Obviously didn't tell anybody other than my close friends or family about it. And then it was when I got back to Toronto after my time in Asia this year, so around June, that we started the paperwork with Marcella. So it's been, you know, a long process to get here. Speaking of which, Rahul, thank you so much. Hope you are doing well and the move into your new home went smoothly. Can't believe it's been almost 5 years since I watched your first epic walk and talk from... Oh my gosh, actually, thank you for reminding me about that. That you perfectly read my mind of one of the points that I wanted to touch on, but forgot about. Thank you, Rahul. You read my mind. So time flies. Have you noticed any major changes in the city? So first of all, thank you to Rahul for reminding me that the very first live stream that I ever did in my YouTube career was, I guess, yeah, it was 4 years ago when I was first here, was here in Sofia. And for my very first live stream, I remember I did not have a gimbal, so it was like, you know, shaky as heck. But it still went really well. I really enjoyed it. You know, lots of you came out. We had a great time. And it was in Sofia that I bought my first gimbal. So I bought my first DJI gimbal, rest in peace. Yeah, and that's kind of how my live streaming actually started. So a bit of a full circle moment that I now chose to move here and am now live streaming. So there we go. Crazy how life works. But to answer your question, Rahul, what has changed from the last time I was here? Well, you know, I wouldn't say that it's like a huge difference, like many things from at least like my mind, like the main kind of areas, downtown areas, because obviously I haven't explored, you know, the other parts of the city as much. A lot of things are similar, but there's a lot of new businesses. Like definitely when I've been walking by, I'm like, oh, you know, this is new or that's new. But the general scope of the city, it's not like they, you know, knocked down some big famous buildings or built, I don't know, some new skyscraper right downtown, unless I'm unaware. So I wouldn't say any like huge changes buildings wise, just like a few like new businesses have opened up. And obviously things are a lot busier and there's way more tourists because when I came it was 2020 and it was COVID, right? So that would be the biggest difference from the last time I was here. But thank you so much, Rahul. Oh, I'm so grateful that you reminded me that, yeah, my first ever live stream was from here. I totally blanked that I wanted to mention that right to begin with. Billiana, thank you so much for the super chat. A little something for the IKEA trip. Greetings from Billiana and John. Thank you guys so much. I will absolutely be using that for IKEA because one quick, I guess, story I can tell you guys as we keep walking along here is so I've moved into, well, I haven't officially like moved everything in, but I've gotten possession of my new apartment, right? And so while it is fully furnished with furniture, it doesn't have all the stuff that I need for the kitchen. I need to get like some, you know, heavier duvets and stuff. So more or less, I'm gonna get it all from IKEA. But just today, I ran into a bit of a speed bump where I'm trying to order online and it forces you to confirm with a phone number, right? And it won't accept my local number. And I don't know why. So it's like I can't make an online IKEA order. And I was trying to like talk to their like chat bot or whatever on there. And they told me exactly how to put in my phone number. I did, and it still doesn't work. So, you know, preferably I don't want to have to like make multiple trips to IKEA and haul it. So I'm actually going to go to IKEA tomorrow and see if they can either help me with the profile. Like, I don't know, maybe there is some dumb mistake that I'm just missing because obviously I just Google translated the website. So we'll see if they can help me fix it. That would be great because yeah, there's so many things I need, like pots, pans, yeah, duvets, like way more stuff than I can carry in a couple of trips. So I really hope I'll be able to make an online order. So yeah. And yes, the AI sidekick put the number with +359 and without the 0. I did do that, and it's weird. It's like I followed exactly the suggestions of their like online customer service person, and it still didn't work for me. Like, I guess it could just be a website error. Like, it could be that, right? And maybe tomorrow it'll be better and suddenly work. Because I have no idea why it's not working. Like, I've used my Bulgarian number to, you know, do so many other things online and it hasn't been a problem. So I don't know what's going on with it. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right in the corner there is Happy Bar and Grill. Very, very popular. Here we have another beautiful government building. It says Sadebna Palata. I'm not sure. Locals, let me know what goes on in that building. The courthouse, thank you. Y'all are so helpful. It's so nice to have direct from local advice. Makes life so much easier when moving to a new place. What do you mean, Saul? Alina, what are your plans for your Canadian accent? What's wrong with my Canadian accent? I'm not going to be getting rid of it. I think it's actually good to have an accent while you're learning a language, because if your accent's too good, then they think you're stupid, right? This is the problem that I have in Ukraine and Russia, where it's like I look like a local, right? And my accent's overall pretty good, that I sound like a local, but my grammar isn't at the level of a local. So I don't know if people just think like I'm not all there in the head. So that's why sometimes like it's better to have an accent, because they're like, oh, that's a foreigner, you know, we can't expect them to like, you know all of these things, you know, to instead say, oh wow, like, you know, your Russian is so good, or your Bulgarian's so good, you know, like 10 words, but it's so good. If I sound too much like a local, then they think you're stupid. So personally, I'd rather have an accent. Anyways, let's keep heading down to the most famous pedestrian street in all of Sofia. Thank you. Thank you for accepting my accent, everyone. All right, so since it is just across the way, what you guys are looking at right now is the famous Vitosha Avenue, which usually, we'll see what it, oh my God, what a squeak. Which usually, if it wasn't so overcast, will give you a great view of Vitosha Mountain. But today it's just a little bit visible. I can see a little bit of it, but you know, with the fog and kind of the darker sky, it's not as visible. But in the summertime, this street is magical. I absolutely love coming out here in the summertime. It's still nice in the winter, obviously, too. And it's really smart that they have these sort of like outdoor patios, right? You can still kind of get the outdoor dining experience, but they have heaters inside, so that's really nice. Oh, I don't want to get behind with super chats here. Thank you very much to the Charging Bull. Boom, boom, boom. The Charging Bull is in the room. Greetings. Thank you very much to the Charging Bull. Bobby N, happy to see you, and Sofia, Alina, enjoy your time here. Thank you so much, Bobby. Very kind of you. Thank you, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's so many different dining options here. Of course, it's going to be, you know, a bit more expensive because this is kind of, you know, the main drag and probably the most like touristy spot too, right? Because they're kind of banking on tourists paying tourist prices. So it is overall a little bit inflated compared to other places in the city for something similar, but it's still worth it. Like, it's really nice. We'll see if there's any street performers here today, because that's kind of the other nice thing about this street is, at least back when I was here in 2020, there were so many great street performers, but it might be a bit too cold today. There's a pokey place. That's actually, as I was saying before, like as far as changes from the last time that I was here in Sofia, like I said, there are definitely like new businesses that I've noticed, you know, in the areas that I've walked, because once again, I haven't been everywhere. But one thing that I've definitely noticed as far as those businesses go is that there's way more like unique international cuisine. Because before, I remember, okay, like, you know, they seem to like sushi here, even though they freaking put cream cheese on it. Very much an Eastern European thing. You know, okay, they like Italian restaurants here, but, you know, I didn't really see a lot of, you know, good Asian food spots last time I was here in Sofia. But this time around, I'm seeing way more diversity. Like, I literally saw, I think it was an Indonesian food restaurant. And I'm like, that is very niche. You know, that is very niche. So it's really cool to see them, you know, kind of opening up to a more international sort of market. And, you know, people are coming in and, you know, opening these kinds of businesses. So I think that is, you know, really, really cool. Got a fresh juice place right there. Actually, Christian, they do have a hot pot place here. There was somebody on TikTok who, I wish I could remember her username. There's this like really awesome chick who reviews all the Asian restaurants in Sofia. So this is how I actually know that there's so many great Asian restaurants outside of just the ones that I've seen myself. She reviewed a hot pot place here in Sofia, and I saved it. So I'm definitely going to go there sometime. So there is actually hot pot now here in Sofia. And yeah, Korean barbecue too. And there's ramen. Yeah, I've actually seen quite a few ramen places. So that is great. Thank you so much, John Morden. Coffee on me or tea. Thank you so much, John. I will absolutely be getting a hot something after this live stream. I unfortunately have to have my hands out when I'm live streaming to scroll in the comments. So once I finish up my live stream, I think I need to go inside somewhere and get a hot drink. Oh, thank you. I think a few people have commented that Haikara ramen is the best one in Sofia. I haven't been to I've seen the ramen places, but I haven't been to one. So thank you for the suggestion that that's the one to go to. See, that's one thing that I thought I would really, really miss from living in Toronto. And even like Calgary, you know, Calgary, they've really improved in their restaurant selection. So I thought with moving to Sofia, I'd be like, yeah, you know, the restaurant selection's like pretty good, but that it's not as varied as what we have in Canada, because Canada is obviously such an international country. We have so many great dining options in that respect. But it's been a really nice surprise here in Sofia that, you know, they're kind of stepping up their game too when it comes to that. So really, really cool to see. Let's see here. Thank you very much to Vero for the super chat. Hi, Alina. It seems to be so nice and peaceful. What's the street name? Also, do you think it's a country to travel in with family? I assume you mean. So this is Vitosha. This is like the main pedestrian boulevard. Definitely you have to come down here if you come to Sofia. It's like the center of the city. And for sure, Sofia is like very family friendly as tourists, for tourists, absolutely. But also I was saying this in an Instagram story that, I mean, a lot of Eastern Europe is like this, but I don't know, Bulgaria almost takes it to another level where it's so family friendly. You know, I don't know what their birth rate is compared to the West, but I think it must be like much higher because I see kids, you know, and families everywhere. There's so many like playgrounds for kids. There's all these events for kids. So honestly, I think, yeah, if you're looking for like a family friendly country to visit in Eastern Europe, like Bulgaria would be great, like super family friendly. The AI sidekick says, birth rate is good, death rate is terrible though. Oh God, what do you mean? You mean that like people die young, or what does that mean? Multi-corker, thank you very much. Dougie sent everyone in Ontario $200 to offset carbon tax and inflation. Love from Toronto. Thank you very much. Oh, I do miss Toronto. Thank you so much. I actually have to check, yeah, if I got any sort of like, I don't even know. Alberta, I think, has some kind of rebate as well coming in. I haven't checked my account and stuff. I don't know what will happen this year with my CRA account. Like, obviously, I'm, claiming non-residency at the end of 2024. So I don't know if they're going to scrap back any of the money that I get, this year. But anyways, I'm going to have hopefully 10% tax here. So hopefully it'll be worth it. Let's see here. Give you guys another view before we keep on heading down. Talking about other differences between, I guess, Bulgaria and Canada, if we're going to just broad stroke it. And I was talking about this on my Instagram the other day. One thing that we absolutely have better in Canada, and it's even worse because, the local salaries here are obviously so much less. But you guys, it is shocking how expensive certain items are to buy here in Bulgaria. And I'm mainly talking like home furnishing kind of stuff, as I've been, trying to furnish my place. Their prices, I would say, are 20-30% more for the same damn items. And obviously the local salaries are half, if not a third in some cases compared to Canada. Like, how can it be that bad? How in the world are they charging these crazy high prices for like, even a freaking toaster? I can't seem to find a toaster for like less than $50. Whereas like in Canada, you could easily go to Walmart or something, get one for like, the cheapest one for like $20. And, on sales, even less. They don't have that here. I'm so confused. I'm especially so confused, like how in the world, people can furnish their places when the prices for those things are so high here. Very strange. But see Vaselin, he says you can buy a cheap toaster in Fantastico for €20. See, you call that a cheap toaster. That's still like 30, at least 30 Canadian dollars. You could absolutely get it cheaper in Canada. Like, that's what doesn't make sense to me. And I guess it's, it's the same with electronics. Like I've always said, I haven't found a cheaper place to buy any of my camera gear or my phone than Canada or the US. Like I get, okay, Apple is manufactured, well, not manufactured, it's a American company. It's, I think, manufactured in China now. But like, you can get the lowest price for iPhones in the States, and it's also pretty cheap in Canada in comparison to how much it costs here. So I don't know, if it's taxes. A few people commented that it's the taxes or the duties, whatever they have. Like, it's not fair. It is so not fair to the locals, who already have lower salaries and then have to pay substantially more for these sorts of items than we do in Canada. Like, it's been eye-opening to me. I think I missed a super chat here. 2 super chats. Ivan, thank you so much. Thank you for these nice images from my hometown. It brings sweet memories. Thank you so much, and my pleasure. It is my pleasure to show you guys around. Oh, I think I missed a few super chats. I apologize. Veselin Vlasakiev. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. The craft beer scene is pretty good here in Sofia, FYI. Yes, you are correct. I've seen a few places that looked really, really interesting. So for sure, I will be checking out some cool local bars here. Max Planck, Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Amazing. Oh my gosh, there's over 1,000 people in here right now, over 1,100. Geez, this is my busiest live stream in a while. Thank you guys so much for coming out. But yeah, just wanted to like really say how unfair it is for locals to have to pay those prices. Like, I really wonder why it's like that. Because like even in, I don't know, a comparison, if you can really compare it, but like let's say in, you know, Southeast Asia, yes, certain, you know, electronics, especially like brand name electronics, would be crazy prices there too. But their basics, you know, as far as things like for the home, they'd be different brands than, you know, the ones we have in Canada or the US. But I would say like they weren't crazily priced on a whole. Or even like clothes here too, I would say are actually quite expensive for what you get. And it doesn't make sense to me because I know, you know, some things are actually manufactured here in Bulgaria, and also, you know, Turkey's right nearby, and, you know, Turkey has really cheap textile manufacturing. So I'm just so confused why certain things, obviously there's plenty of things that are, you know, inexpensive here in Bulgaria, but other things like, yeah, home electronics and whatnot, clothing, way more expensive than I expected. All right, let's cross the street here because of course we have to end my live stream at one of the most famous buildings in the city, which is NDK, the National Palace of Culture. It's NDK as in like, you know, the Cyrillic letters. I think I missed a super chat from Alex. Thank you so much for a hot chocolate. I will absolutely put that in the hot chocolate bank. Thank you very much. Actually, that's probably what I will get. It's too late for coffee. I don't really feel like a tea, but a hot chocolate would actually be very, very nice. Oh, I'm getting chilly. Very, very chilly. The communists built the best buildings. From Crazy Bulgarian. I mean, they sure built interesting buildings, I'll say that. For sure, my favorite Bulgarian communist building is Buzludska, 100%. There's nothing else quite like it. But NDK is nice too. I really like NDK. I've never been inside. Would you guys say that it's like really nice? Like, I assume it has a big performance hall, right? Because this is where they have lots of concerts and events. So I assume there's some kind of grand stage inside or something. Let's see here. Oh wow, with 5,000 capacity in there, that's cool. In the summertime, I mean, everything obviously looks better in the summertime, but in the summer here, it's so nice here in the park. This fountain goes on for so long and is just so lovely to hang out in. So yeah, a little bit sad in the winter, but still very beautiful, still very nice. Oh, my hands are freezing, guys. Oh man. Can anybody recommend me good cafes that are like super close here? I actually don't spend a lot of time at this farther end of NDK. Does anybody know of any good places where I could get a hot chocolate near here? I do have gloves, but if I have my gloves on, I can't scroll through my comments. That is the problem. And yes, I'm aware I did choose one of the coldest days to do this. It is my own fault. I take full responsibility. If it wasn't this weekend, it'd be a little bit later because I actually have some, well, you guys will find out soon enough, but I have some important stuff going on the next 2 weekends that wouldn't have allowed me to live stream. So this is why we're live streaming today. I actually have some pretty exciting, maybe unexpected news coming out in the next couple of weeks that I've been keeping a secret for quite a while now, so stay tuned. Oh, thank you, Karsat. Memento Cafe. Maybe I'll check that out. Two people recommended it. Okay, great. Oh, thank you very much to David for a delicious pastry. Maybe I will have to get a pastry with my hot chocolate. Thank you so much. I actually don't know what I want for dinner today. I have next to nothing in my fridge because, like I said, I've been moving in between places, and so I've been like living in my old place. Mainly because I don't have literally anything in my other one, and I have nothing at my new place. So yeah, I don't have groceries at home, so I don't know what I'm going to eat tonight. Also, locals, if you have any suggestions, let me know, because I'm still figuring out what are the best places to eat and drink in the city. Kifte and shopska salad. Absolutely great suggestions. EEEQ says try Domino's pizza with cream in the crust. Do you mean cheese, or do they put cream in the crust here? That would be different. Another person, go to Domino's. It's amazing. Really? Interesting. Huh. I've heard of Franco's for pizza, actually. I've walked by that place. It looks good. Oh my God, are you serious? Are you serious? They put cream cheese in the pizza? I mean, I'm not gonna knock it till I try it, but I think that's too far, guys. As an Eastern European, we've gone too far. We've gone too far, guys. To put cream cheese in the pizza. The Italians will never forgive us. Jesus. Okay, all right, guys, on that note, let me give you one last view here of NDK. This is the cool kind of underground part of it that I think is pretty unique. And here is the front of the building, which, you know, in its communist brutalist style, it is pretty cool. I do like it. It's a unique building. So this is NDK, and this is where we are going to end this first of me living here live stream of Sofia. There will definitely be many more, and for sure I'm going to try my best to, you know, visit many other places in Bulgaria, ideally when it's warmer. Like, that's actually what I'm trying to do, is, you know, have some of my, you know, international travels in the next few months, and then when it's like busy season in Europe, right, it's going to be crazy to try and travel through the rest of Europe in like June, July, August. So instead I'll probably spend, you know, the summer more or less in Sofia and, you know, Bulgaria and the surrounding area, do some, you know, trips to the coast or in the mountains, and then probably like autumn season is when I'll start traveling again. So that's kind of the plan at this point in time. Thank you so much, Shigeru. Good job. Thank you so much for the super chat. And honestly, thank you all so much for coming out. Like, I totally did not expect that it was going to be this level of a turnout of like over 1,000 people. Like this is pretty wild. So thank you all so much for coming out, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Stay tuned for next week's video, where I'm going to actually show you the viewings of the apartments that I considered you know, in the past couple of weeks, but it'll be the video after that where you actually see which one it was that I chose. But I'm curious about your guys' opinion in my next video. So thank you all for the support here. I'm sending you lots of love, and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye guys.